There is a saying that those who do not learn from history are bound to repeat whatever happened in that history. And we also know that history is a cyclical phenomenon. It happens over time, over and over again, especially when these historical occurrences have not been properly, you know, publicized, internalized, and learned by the people of such given society. A lot of people keep coming up with this opinion that it is better for this Nigerian structure to be disassembled. That, factually speaking, Nigeria is a conglomerate of very distinct. It's a compilation, a coming together of very distinct group of persons that had different cultural, social, political, and religious perspectives and points of views. But we have to understand that although it is simpler for us to divide ourselves and then go back to our own small enclaves, building our small spaces for ourselves to accommodate our own prejudices against others, how about we try to work with what we have? See, I am a firm believer that nothing is inherently evil in this whole world. Nothing is inherently evil. And why do I believe such? I am a man of faith. I believe in God, in the one true God. I believe my God allows everything to exist, both the ones we call good and the ones we consider as bad. Why does he do this? He allows this interface, this constant interface between the good aspects of existence and the evil aspects of existence. Why? For the purpose of achieving the aims of existence at the end of the day. Right? So nothing is inherently bad. Nothing is inherently evil. If it was so, then it wouldn't be in existence. If anything is inherently evil, without any purpose, without any goal whatsoever, then it won't be in existence, because existence itself is a doctored phenomenon that is controlled by our God. Don't forget that. Never forget that. All right. So we know the history. A lot of us know the history of Nigeria. We know how Nigeria came to be. We know that by the activities of Sir Goldie and his Unilever bodies, they came and established Nigeria, and they use the force, they use tricks, they use lies, deception, they use corruption and bribery and all other such things to establish this nation. We know this. But coming to think about it, is Sagodi in Nigeria today? No. Salon Lugard, who championed the the joining together of the North and the South, is he here today? He is not. He's dead. He has been dead for a lot of decades now. Miss Flora Shaw, who also was a champion of the joining together of the northern and southern parts of what we have today as Nigeria. Is she here today? She was even the one who came up with the name Nigeria, which stands for the Niger area, the people of the Niger area. In short, the people of Nigeria. So they aren't here today, but we are. I am here. You are here. You are there. Both Nigerians, both suffering the adverse results of this experiment that they conducted. But remember, nothing is inherently evil. If we stop thinking in the perspective of a nation, in the perspectives of people that are members of a repressive country, and start thinking in the perspectives of people that represent an entire race. Now, do you understand that Nigeria is the biggest and most formidable establishment of the African people? Do you understand that? The Caucasians, the white men, they have established beautiful civilizations. They have established beautiful nations, beautiful power structures for themselves. The Asians have done so. The Arabians have done so and are still doing so. But Africa is busy trying to redistribute ourselves, divide here, scatter here, do there, edit here. We are spending time reconfiguring when we are supposed to be forging ahead. Nigeria as an entity is already established. Breaking Nigeria apart and saying, okay, those from the east that want to do Biafra, go and have your independence. Those from the north that want to do what is that they call Ariwa Republic, go and do yours. Those from the south that want to do theirs, do the west, do yours, the central, do yours. Let's just integrate the Nigerian system and let's all go our separate ways to ensure peace. That is the easy option. But then, by doing this, we take ourselves. We not only take ourselves as Nigerians, but we take ourselves as a race. We take ourselves as a people, as a distinct creation of our Father in heaven. We take ourselves backwards for years, trying to establish small countries, trying to make rules, trying to make this, that, legislations, blah, 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 blah. And the world is going forward. How about we do the sensible thing? How about we do the wise thing, which is trying to work together? Perhaps the former generations of leaders were not able to do that. Well, perhaps because they were more centered on corruption, on greed, on accruing resources for themselves. Perhaps that is the reason why they could not come up with a consensus to say, okay, let's try to work together, not for ourselves, but for the race of people that we represent. There is no other country, there is no other place in the world that has the kind of manpower Nigeria has. A unified society of black people with so much resources, mental resources, human resources, material resources. Why do you think the Western governments are so concerned with keeping Nigeria as it is? It is because Nigeria has the potential of global powerdom. Nigeria has the potential of becoming a global power. But then, we cannot achieve this. So we can never achieve this if the people who make up Nigeria are constantly fighting against themselves. There is nothing for us to be fighting about. Is it crude oil? Crude oil does not finish in the earth. The idea that crude oil finishes is a propaganda that was created by the Rockefellers. Crude oil is a renewable material in our stratosphere. It's always in the earth. It's produced as a result of geothermal activities inside our earth core, which is always happening. So crude oil is always being produced and it's always being distributed to different places. New places are having crude oil. So it's not even about the crude oil that we fight for. It's about political power. Whoever remains in power forever. Is it about religious accuracy or religious dominance? Come on. If you can't love the people that you're seeing every day, if you cannot live with them every day, then how exactly do you think you're going to please God who you not see, or you cannot even work with people that you see every day? So it's not about any of these things. It says cultural dominance or ethnic dominance. Come on. Those are antiquated beliefs. Those are old mindsets. What does it matter if you're from the north and I am from the south? We are all human beings. If it rains on both of us. The sun shines, it shines on both of us. If there is no food, we both stay hungry. If there is no security, we are both insecure. When the bullet comes from a terrorist's gun, it doesn't ask if you're a north now or a south now. It pierces your skull and destroys your life. So there is no sense behind all this bickering, all this fighting, all this that and all this. This is a political tactic that has been used by the oppressors of Africa since time immemorial, dividing, creating divisions so that collectively we can never call ourselves together and become something better. A house divided upon itself cannot stand. If we consistently keep fighting ourselves, and this is the reason why people always say that the problem of Nigeria is in the leadership of the nation. Because when this set of persons are there misappropriating funds, creating policies that favor them and their friends, they don't care if you're north or south. When they are sharing money in the Senate chambers secretly, they don't care if you're from the north or south, they share money to themselves. But when they go back to their constituencies, they feed their followers with nepotisms, tribalisms, egocentric doctrines, and you find out that the people go around their lives daily thinking that the person from the east is the enemy or the person from the west is the enemy, when in truth, there is no enemy. There is no enemy. We are all parts of this amazing nation. We are the ones who destroyed the country with our own hands, by our own actions and our own inactions. So, how about we start doing something to make it better? Perhaps it won't happen in one day, in 1 year, maybe it won't happen in 10 years. But then the most important thing is that we will be on the path of redefining our place in the world structure. Look at the nations of the earth that are doing better than Africa. What exactly do they have that we don't have? It is that agreement that whatever happens, we are one people. At least they have that sentiment that whatever happens, we are one people. Doesn't matter who. So that having this united perspective, having this united mindset, they can trash out any other secondary difficulty that arises as a united front. In Nigeria, if a particular politician is being wanted for maybe misappropriation of funds or stealing public funds, it is easy for him to incite the political following that hey, they are witch hunting me because I am not from this region, I'm not from that region. And And it makes a lot of sense in the ears of their followers, even though this person is criminal, even though this person is unrighteous and harmful to the system that we find ourselves. The white man is not the one who controls our educational sector. Our brothers and our sisters do. But we cannot build an educational sector that is up to par, that is standard for the requirements of the current day. Why? Because we are so scared of empowering people. Our brothers and sisters are the ones in Aso Rock. They're the ones in your government state houses, in your local government headquarters. They are the ones in your wards, in the Senate chambers. It's our brothers and sisters. We know them, not foreigners. But because everyone lives in fear of the next person, so everyone is trying to accumulate as much as they can. How can we ever grow Nigeria when we keep seeing Nigeria as a national cake? When we keep seeing the Nigerian system as a cake where everybody has to come and take a piece from it. A wise American leader once said, do not ask what your nation has done for you, but ask what you can do for your nation. Because you are a part of the nation. The nation is you, and you are the nation. The best and most effective way to make people powerless is to make them believe that they don't have any power. If you want to make people powerless, you make them believe that they have no power. So that is what the elitist group of our Nigerian political system keep making the people believe, that they have no power. And the people believe this, that they have no power. So that during elections, during democratic processes, people sell out their rights, sell out their mandates, sell out their voices, sell out their hearts. And the suffering is perpetuated. And they say we can't do anything about it. No, we can do something about it. And how can we do something about it? We have to start uniting ourselves. Let's start seeing ourselves like brothers and sisters, irrespective of the north, the south, the east, the western sentiment, or the cultural sentiment, or the religious sentiment. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I am a follower of Jesus Christ, or if you're a follower of Muhammad, or if you're a follower of Buddha. That is left for you and the God that you serve. We are a part of a structure called Nigeria. And if Nigeria does not work, we are continually going to suffer the consequences. Our children are going to always keep racing out to other countries to go and enslave themselves. Yes, this greedy set of leaders are always going to keep using the people's heads, poisoning our minds against each other's, while they have enough time to loot and corrupt the system. They don't have two heads. The leaders of Nigeria are not more powerful than Nigeria itself. And who exactly is Nigeria? It is you and I. The people make up the nation. The people of Nigeria make up Nigeria. Without the people, this is just be a wide expanse of land and mountains and rivers. But the people make up Nigeria, and the people are the ones who are going to decide if the nation does well or does poorly. That is just how it is. So we must love ourselves. We must show ourselves respect. We must respect ourselves. Respect one another. It doesn't matter where they come from, where they identify with. We are one people with a similar destiny, with one vision of progress and of development. We cannot keep living like this, pointing blames. Yes, there are people who are worthy to be held accountable, who should suffer for the suffering of Nigerians. But my God says, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. Vengeance is God's, not ours. That's not our problem. These people are weakening our systems, weakening our nation because they are profiteering from everything that we are facing. For every hour we spend without electricity, somebody is making money. For every time we go and get petroleum at expensive prices, somebody is cashing out. For every time insecurity happens in any part of the country, somebody is making money. So these people are worthy to be punished, but that is not our business. Let's leave those people for the God that made life. Rather, let us pay attention on how we can build our society for our own good and the good of generations unborn. The past is the past. What happens yesterday has already happened. No matter how much I shout, no matter how much I clamor for it, no matter how much I cry over it, it has already happened. Today we have, and tomorrow we likely will have. But then it will not be any different from what is happening now if we do not find a way to make a difference. And we have tried hating ourselves. We have tried fighting ourselves. We have tried blaming ourselves. But all of that has not borne any good fruit. We are still where we are today, in worse situations. How about we try to reconcile ourselves? Yes, the northern people have done trash to the eastern people. The eastern people have done trash to the northern people. The southern people have done trash to the westerners. The westerners have done trash to the southerners. Everybody has stepped on the toes of everybody. But then that is why we are human beings. Let's reconcile ourselves. Let's forget about the things that do not matter. What matters is that we make Nigeria work. Because if Nigeria does not work, then the African race will never, ever, ever have prestige. We'll always keep being third class. We'll always keep being at the bottom of everything that is happening in the global scenario. Yes, we are all human beings, but human beings have races, and each race is trying to empower itself. Why not the African people find a way to empower itself? And it pivots on Nigeria. We are the fulcrum of Africa. Africa revolves around Nigeria. The Nigerian people are more adapted to cause change in society. And we must do that not by fighting, not by quarreling, not by killing ourselves, but by renewing our mindset, embracing each and every one as brothers and sisters. Then whoever tries to undermine this new system of things, that person becomes the enemy. You see, whoever tries to undermine the fact that we are building a system based on love, on trust, on mutual respect and mutual benefits to progress and development for ourselves and our children, on whoever tries to undermine these systems, that person becomes the enemy. As it stands, there is no enemy because everybody is trying to survive. Even the guys in Asuro, they are trying to survive. Albeit they are criminal, they are unjust, they are corrupt. But that does not change the fact that they are also trying to survive. If you add yours and I add mine, then we have plenty to take care of Nigeria. Nigeria is an idea. Nigeria is an idea that was brought by people that have seen the potential of Nigeria. People that know history will tell you that these areas, these regions were better governed, better administered, better provided for when the white people were still in government. Even much more than what we have now, that our own children are the ones governing the land. Why? Because these people saw the potentials of this idea called Nigeria. It is a powerful one. And it's one that can work for us. It's one that can do wonders in the world. But if we do not find a way to work with ourselves, and believe in ourselves for the primary unification and empowerment of our nation, not just for anything. You can be an Igbo man, I don't care. When you are in Igbo land, you are an Igbo man. When you are in Yoruba land, you're a Yoruba man. You do whatever you want to do. But aside this cultural heritage, We are one people inside one ideology called Nigeria, and we must make this ideology work. It is necessary that we make it work. It's not because of selfish reasons, not because of power, hunger for wealth, or whatever. It is because we have to. There is no sensible man that will go around chasing rats while the roof is on fire. The Nigerian roof is on fire. Our foundations are breaking, and we are here fighting ourselves. We are fighting ourselves on a platform that the foundations are breaking, the roofs are falling, the pillars are falling, and we are fighting ourselves. Instead of seeing how we can salvage the situation, enough of the hate, enough of the bigotry, enough of the nepotism, enough of the ethnocentric sentiments, enough of the selfish interests, enough of that. We are all human beings. Whoever tells you that you should hate another person in the name of culture, in the name of religion, that person is an enemy to you. That person is an enemy to you. Because when it all gets down to it, human beings are the same everywhere. We are all trying to live through today, to see another day. We are all trying to establish something that will make our names and our legacy a respectful one in the nearest future. So, what are we saying? Stop the fight, stop the fighting. We cannot be united, we cannot be united people, united in the vision of empowering and building a better country, and then a set of persons are destroying our system and corruption. No. But right now that we are all fighting ourselves, Mr. A is fighting Mr. B, Mr. B is against Mr. D, Mr. D is fighting Mr. F, everybody is fighting against one another. It is very easy for the enemies of our land to encroach and take whatever they want and leave. Because we are fighting ourselves, we're not paying attention. That is what it is. The youth of Nigeria are phenomenally talented. We have so much wealth of resources in our land. If we can only forget about the prejudices that have been imputed in our minds by ancient, by, by people who have ancient mentalities, people who have mentalities of yesterdays, people who are not future oriented, who do not see the big picture, lose such programming. It is programming, it's mental programming. Lose such programming. Imbibe the programming of love, of unity, of respect, of responsibility, of purpose. Imbibe that mentality that Nigeria has to work because the African people are looking up to Nigeria to work. If Nigeria doesn't work, then we can't even start trying to become economically and politically independent. Because right now we might think we have governmental independence, but we do not have. Through our economic systems, through our political systems, through our religious systems, we are all still colonized by other people, directly or indirectly. And we cannot start breaking away from these colonizations if we cannot come together as one people, speaking one voice, with one thought, carrying out a uniform action. Without that, there is nothing that we can do. The most important thing, the primary thing that is required currently is that we change our mindsets and we see each and every one as brother and sister, as country people, as countrymen and women, with a single destiny of greatness. Well, That's it.